full force into February now. I don't think anybody's sad that January is over. How's your New Year's resolution doing, by the way? Forgot? Yeah, me too. Don't worry. It's a new year, new Kicking It with the Colonels. We've checked all of our New Year's resolutions. We've got a new style for you, new format, and we also have a new co-host alongside Wes Chandler. That is our new co-host of the Kicking It with the Colonels podcast, Kennedy Drafton. Glad to have you, Kennedy.
Glad to be here. I'm excited.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. You're on the softball team. Just tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm a sophomore. Fun fact with my name, actually. So everybody calls me KJ. It's not spelled KJ. It's spelled KJAI because my middle name is JAI, like Kennedy J. So when people ask me how to spell it, I say KJ, but that's actually not right. So
Kicking It with the Colonels with Wes and KJ now.
yeah. I'm a sophomore on the softball team. I play second base right now, but I'm considered a utility, so they just throw me wherever they want. Marketing major, loving it here. Love doing this. This is exciting for me. So.
From Texas originally,
yeah. From Houston, Texas. I did forget to say that. I forget I'm in Kentucky. Like, it just feels like, yeah. I mean, I probably should because Houston is so big, and then coming here, it's like a little bit smaller. But, I mean, I love it here, though.
We're glad to have you. We're glad to have you on the softball team and on here as well.
Yes.
Well, to kind of tell everybody about the new style that we're going to employ here on the Kicking It With the Colonels podcast, it's going to be Wes and KJ here with you for a couple of minutes. We're going to talk some EKU sports, and later on we're going to have a visit with women's basketball star Alice Recanati, so be sure to stay tuned for all that as well. So first we're going to talk some happenings right now, KJ, around the track and field team. There was some big events there this past weekend, a couple milestones broken.
Yes, we had two men's track runners run a sub 4-minute mile. We had Taha Arawi and Justine Kipkowicz. And I want to say it was 3:54, and I just want them to know, do they know it's a mile? They're running like it's a sprint.
I don't even know if I can get around Richmond in a mile in my car.
There's no way. Like 4 minutes, I can't even run that. I can't even run 2 laps in 4 minutes.
No, it's impossible. It's insane what those guys do and gals.
Absolutely. Women's track.
Yeah.
800-meter record broken. Her name is Bahia El Arfu. I want to say I got that right. I probably didn't, but she did her thing. Praise to the track team because I could never.
A minute in, and you're already pronouncing all these crazy names. You're doing it like a pro. Threw you into the fire.
I want their names to be represented well, and I probably didn't.
No, but a fantastic weekend for track and field, and certainly give those players a lot of props for doing that. And you see them on campus all the time, whether it's raining, snowing. They're out there running constantly.
Yes,
so
I
major
hit
kudos
a few
to
the
them.
Other day, but they're doing their practice, whatever, like rain, sleet, or snow. They're always running, and I could never.
Yeah, major kudos to them. Well, softball starts this week.
Yes.
Your season starts this week. Does it feel like you're finally getting here? And what's the expectation, the anticipation for this season?
Yes, so our first game is against Western Kentucky. Last year we kind of had an upset. We kind of beat them 2-1. They weren't very happy about that. So this year they will be coming for blood. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this new team, this new season. The team looks good right now, and I hope we get back to where we were and actually finish this time.
So last year you went, was it 42 games last year? How do you build off of that? Because you had such a good year last year, but you always want to get better. How do you build off of that?
It's extremely hard just because last year we had so many seniors on the field just constantly leading us and setting an example. So this year we have a very young team. So it has been a little bit of a challenge to get the younger girls to kind of follow the culture that's already been set. But I'm just hoping that the younger girls step up. There's going to be a lot of underclassmen that are, stepping up, taking charge and taking lead. And as long as we keep doing that and we keep, having each other's back, then we're going to be fine.
Who are some of those underclassmen that you think will play a big role this year?
Oh, that's a really good question because I honestly feel like the whole sophomore class just wants Like, they want it. They want to be better. They want the team to be great. So everybody from Marissa Knox, Reese Knox, Caitlin Wallace, Michaela Mathis, Maddie Rutan, we just all want to push each other. Like, especially my class, we all want to push each other to be great. So
It's a super solid class.
yeah, absolutely.
And preseason polls came out, and EKU was one of 3 teams tied for first.
Yes.
So you're going to have that bullseye on your back all year long. Do you guys welcome that? Or do you wear it with a badge of honor? What's kind of the mood there for being preseason number 1?
It definitely sets the tone for the season that's to come. Just like having that target on our back, like we know we just have to come so much harder. Last year we were kind of known as the underdog team, like nobody really saw us doing anything, so that made it a lot easier. But this year, like especially with the Western game, we have these people like coming for revenge, and that's gonna be a lot different than last year, but it's gonna be exciting.
Maddie Rutan, Jalen Haynes selected first team all ASUN as well. There was one omission I noticed.
What?
No KJ.
Oh,
You hit 333 last year and have 1,000 OPS.
Yes.
How are you not first team?
Yes, I missed half the season, so I'm not really like upset about it. But it's just more like reason to come back harder.
For sure.
For
Do you have that as a little chip on your shoulder?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Getting hurt last year like really sucked. Trying to work through that. All summer was in physical therapy, just with this this revenge plot on my mind. Like, I'd want to be the best, and I'm going to be the best.
Yeah, for sure. Well, best of luck in this upcoming year. Baseball, they start their season on Valentine's Day. Can't think of a more romantic way to start your season than on Valentine's Day. They're 21 wins last year, 14 in the ASUN for baseball. There's a little bit of unknowns for baseball this year, and you talk about Walt Jones being in his first full year. They had to replace a lot of their hitters, a lot of their pitchers. I know you kind of maybe somewhat know some of those guys on the baseball team.
Yes.
When you're talking to them, what's their kind of expectations for this year? Just get better game by game?
Yes. Baseball, is a completely new team. I know when we had fan day together, they looked like a football team. So it's the difference between this year is they have a lot of players. So everybody's just going to be fighting so much harder for a spot, just to travel or earn their spot. So that's going to be exciting to watch. They're going to be not competing with the other team, but also competing with each other for that spot. Talking to the baseball guys, a lot of them are faith-based, which is going to be exciting to see, how, using their faith to grow in their game is going to be this year. So that's exciting, just watching them, not only learn through their sport, but learn through their faith and just, grow in that way.
Well, Tate Nunley, one of those that comes back with their top 5 hitters to actually graduate, but Nunley was second. He was a freshman second in the team in home runs. I think he's going to have a big year this year, too.
He was insane last year. Super fun to watch him. That was, oh, gosh, he was inspiring. Yeah.
They will open up their season February 14th against Kent State, then SIU Edwardsville and South Alabama down in Mobile, Alabama. Men's basketball, they're on a roll. They've won 3 in a row. They're 6-4 in the ASUN. Big wins over Lipscomb, Florida Gulf Coast, and they're a half-court shot away from having a 3-game win streak. That heartbreaker against Stetson, that heartbreak shot. Did you see that?
I did. I witnessed that in real time. Yes. I remember as soon as he let the ball go, I was like, there's no way that goes in, right?
And it was off a shot fake, too.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. That you cannot draw that up in a play.
No. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap, and Stetson made a great shot. 2 players that have really stepped up for the men's basketball team is Turner Buttry and Montavious Myrick. And Myrick playing all those years behind Isaiah Cozart, I'm sure really helped him. But he is just a beast on the boards, and Turner Buttry's hitting threes. He's taking charges. He's really stepping up his game. And I know you love just watching athletes that just show grit and determination, and those 2 guys have that.
Yes, they are so fun to watch. I can't even put it to words. Turner taking those charges, I know when I played basketball, when I was younger, I know they don't look scary, but charges are scary. You have, especially as a man, you have this grown man running at you, and you just have to sit there and take it. That's insane to me. And Montavious, oh my gosh. The boards, the defense, the hustle, I just love watching it.
We'll have to ask Alice when she comes on if she likes taking charges. They have also got travel to FGCU and Stetson this week, so a big big week for them. I know sometimes when you go down to Florida, everything gets overshadowed by, hey, you're in Florida, you get to experience the nice weather, but there is some business to take care of. Then they'll follow that with 3 straight at home. Women's basketball, they're back at home this week after winning both games a week ago. Over last week, they won over Jacksonville and then North Florida. This week, they have the opposite of the men. They have Stetson and Florida Gulf Coast here at Baptist Health Arena. They won 88. They scored 88 points against Jacksonville, held North Florida to 44. And anytime your defense can hold a team to 44 points, I don't care who the competition is, that's saying something.
That is absolutely. Watching that game, just wow. Like, couldn't even put it to words. Like, defense was on point. The shots were on point. Like, that looked like a team, in my opinion. That looked like a team. Yeah,
Caitlin Costner had a career-high 12 assists. Usually it's our guest setting up everybody else. That's Alice setting everybody up for all the assists. But she's handing over the torch a little bit, I guess, to Casey here in the last couple of games. And you know the crazy thing, KJ, is in women's basketball right now, as we're filming this podcast, there's one game that separates 3rd place from 9th place.
Wow.
It's insane.
So they're all tied.
Well, there's 3rd place is 6-4. You have, I believe, it's 3 or 4 teams that are 6-4.
Okay.
And then you have, simple math, 4 or 5 teams that are 5-4.
Wow.
It's just insane. So you could really be at the top or at the bottom just game by game.
Yes, it's any team's game right now.
Yeah, that's insane.
Crazy.
Well, that's kind of a recap of where we sit for EKU sports here today. And our guest today will be Alice Recanati, the standout point guard, the 5th year from Italy. And we will bring you that interview right now. Our guest today on the podcast is women's basketball star Alice Recanati. Recanati averaging career best points, rebounds, all while leading the ASUN assists. Ho-hum, another solid year for her. Alice, thanks for your time.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, so we had you on the podcast last year along with a couple of your former teammates. So you're the first ever repeat performer on the Kickin' It with the Colonels podcast. So of all the records that you've broken here, I know this one really means a lot to you, right?
I mean, yes, I've been here for a while, so that's good.
We need to make a trophy. We need to make a trophy and say first repeat performer and give it to Alice on like senior day or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we should do that with our budget. Yeah, I think so. Team coming off back-to-back wins, Alice, do you feel like that was big for the team? Do you feel like they're starting to find their groove now?
Yeah, I think it was good for us winning the last 2 games to like boost our confidence up a little bit. We had struggled a little bit in the past few weeks. I think we practiced harder. Like we had a few good practicing, and that's gonna help us along the way next week.
What's it like for both of y'all are athletes? You can answer this. When a team has a game or two that doesn't go your way, to want to bounce back those days leading up to the next game. What's it like in the locker room trying to rally your team together when you are in a little bit of a down stretch?
I mean, for me, I think it's pretty easy whenever things don't go in the way that you want to kind of spread away from each other and, kind of like not necessarily get mad at each other or point fingers, but sometimes it's harder to like stick together. So I think when things get harder and we're struggling, that's when it mattered the most to like stick together, stay together, make sure that everybody's like coming a huddle during the game or in the locker room. We're just not like by ourselves. So that's the most important thing.
And for softball, it may be different because you may have a doubleheader. You may have another game here in like 20 minutes.
Yes, I remember one of the roughest like tournaments that we had last year was in Utah. Because before that tournament we were 9-0, and so that was the first time we lost, and it was just back-to-back losses, and that was a very rough weekend. Like we were all like like she was saying, like we all just separated from each other. We turned our back on each other, and that last day that we were there, we just decided that we can't do that anymore. Like, we have to be there for each other no matter what.
Yeah. This is a big week for the women's basketball team. Taking on Stetson, you have the preseason favorite coming in here for the first time in Florida Gulf Coast after 4 years somehow. This is their first trip, but that's a different story for a different day. Big week for the program. What's the mindset going into this week? Is it just take Stetson first and then worry about Gulf Coast later?
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks ago was just the same Stetson and FGCU. We lost both of them, so I think everybody's pretty much motivated. We don't need much of motivation.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much say it all.
Yeah.
It's a big week. Yeah.
What's it like when you have a team that just beats you to want to go out and just beat them even worse?
Yeah, I mean, it depends how you lose, how you play. I think against Stetson, we kind of like it was just on us, you know, like we were playing a little slow. We weren't. I don't know. Maybe we were tired from the travel and stuff, but we weren't at our best, and we know it, and we didn't show it. So I think everybody's motivated and wanted to get that back, and it's the same for FGCU.
Yeah.
When this team is at home, they seem like they're on a different level. I know there's a comfortability of being at home, and you look at all the numbers, and they're skyrocketed as opposed to the road, you know, the travels of the road. What's it been like to be back at Baptist Health Arena and to play in front of you have your own locker room, you're used to everything now?
Well, I mean, first of all, we have a new locker room. It's great.
We're
It's
kind of
awesome.
in it. We're in the lounge.
Yes, the lounge is great. I mean, we can just get here. We hang out a lot here. We spend even more time in the gym. The gym is great as well. And then we have the fans. I mean, after the games, we go around and we see people that know us and give us high five and cheer us on. Like, I mean, it's great.
You got the Nintendo Switch over here too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
do y'all play that often?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we play. That's Rafi's Nintendo. We play Mario Kart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's the best Mario Kart?
You see, I thought it was Altea,
Okay.
but the other day we play against Bree. She won every day,
Won
every
everything?
game.
Really?
Yeah, she won every game.
Bree makes me angry because she's like so smart,
Yes.
just academically, and like just everything she does is so good.
yes.
Yeah.
And very calm
I'm
too.
very envious. I'm very envious of Bree.
Yeah. We were playing Nintendo and she was so calm, and we were all standing up and like, oh.
Yeah, yeah.
and she
And she's
was
got
just
that
so
calming
calm.
presence that just kind of makes everybody mad. If I'm playing, I'm like, and just want to be
Yes.
involved and get first in everything. But
Yep.
she's just over there. Oh, I'm in first. No
Yeah.
big deal. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Who on the softball team's like that? Is there anybody on the softball team that's like that?
That's absolutely me.
Oh, that's you? Yeah, you're just calm, just
Yes.
steady presence. What's your favorite road trip to go on in the ASUN? You spent your first year in the OVC. If you had to pick a favorite trip to go on in the conference,
Probably Fort Myers.
Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a good place.
Yeah.
You don't? Do y'all do the drives, right? So
No,
y'all are-
we fly there.
fly.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I can tell you which one is the worst one. That's Central Arkansas. It's a long drive. That's a long drive.
Yeah. Remember the bat game?
Yes,
The back game?
yes.
I don't think KJ knows that.
I do not know that.
So we were playing down in Conway. Was it 3 years ago?
3 years.
3 years ago. We were at halftime.
Mhm.
Teams were in their locker rooms, right? Go out. They open the doors for some reason during halftime.
Okay.
The entry doors. A literal bat comes into the game,
Oh my god.
and it's just flying around. This is like 2 or 3 minutes before the start of the third quarter. So like we're
No
getting ready to
way.
play, and there's literally a bat circling around. It goes down the floor. Remember,
Yes.
coaches were trying to get trash cans. They were trying to get towels to shoo it away.
It was so
Yeah,
funny.
it was bizarre. Did you all actually go back into the locker room, or did you stay on the sideline?
No, we were warming up.
Yeah.
And there was the bat right on the court, just
Yeah, it was
flying
just
around.
flying. I was
That's
like, ever since
actually
then,
terrifying.
Central Arkansas needs to change their name. They're no longer the Sugar Bears. They're the Bats now.
Yeah.
You see some crazy stuff. It's insane. So I know the story, but everybody else may not. KJ may not. Tell us how a girl from northern Italy winds up at EKU.
I mean, yeah, I play in Venice in high school, and they asked me if I wanted to experience college and come to America, and I didn't really think twice. Said yes. Didn't really know much about college, about recruiting, about how school works here, or really even basketball, how that goes. But everybody's in Italy. You see America like
Yeah.
on top. So I didn't really think twice. I just said yes, and then got recruited here, been here, love it here. So got
Was
my
it
year.
scary at all?
It was, yes, mostly because my freshman year didn't really speak English much.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't great. Fortunately, I had two Italian teammates help me out.
Yeah.
But after I got used to it, I mean, I loved it. I stayed here since then. I used my fifth year, came back, so it's a great place.
What's the biggest difference between playing ball in Italy and playing ball here in the States?
The intensity. There's a few rules like shot clock and that kind of stuff that are different. So the pace is a little different in the intensity. The athleticism it's also different.
Yeah, shot clock's 24, right?
Yeah.
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 And that's even in high school?
Yes.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
And I know also for you is speak on some of the cultural and I know obviously food's a huge difference. Speak on that. What was the biggest adjustment for you in that area?
I miss the food.
Yeah.
Food is a big part. The food is a big part. My parents sent me a big package for Christmas just with food
Just
from
Italian food.
Italy. Yeah, I miss the food there.
So how do you feel about like the Italian American cuisine?
It's tough. I do not like.
Some of these restaurants just can't replicate. Can
Yeah,
they?
I just can't stick to American food.
That's actually hilarious because I literally work at Olive Garden, so I'm around pasta all the time, and I know like when you go to these pasta places, you're just like, no, this is not how you do it.
Yeah, every time we have Olive Garden for pre-game, Coach Todd make fun of me. Oh, that's your favorite place.
How much have your parents and those support system around you, how much have they played a role in your development, not only as a person here as you're continuing on in college, but as an athlete too?
Big supporters. I mean, big supporters. Both my parents want me to follow my dreams of playing basketball. They came here. They came here multiple times. My brothers came here too to support me for senior night or like for Christmas. Christmas is kind of a sad time because if I can't spend it with my family, it's a little sad.
Yeah.
But they came over here couple years. But they've always been very supporting of like my choices to come to America and play in college. Yeah, that's it. It's really good because they just want me to be happy. So.
And both of y'all could speak on that. I'm sure having a big support system
Yeah.
means a lot to you when you're kind of so far away from where your normal home is.
Mm-hmm.
When you were here a year, the coach that recruited you left, your head coach that was on the staff also left. What was your mindset then? Did you ever think about leaving at that point?
I did because like I said earlier, I came here not knowing anything about college, so I was just relying on the coaching staff that I had my freshman year. Then I found Coach Todd, so I'm fine now.
What was it like? Do you remember your first conversation with Coach Todd?
Yeah, I believe he had my phone number. He texted me or called me. He was like, "Well, I'm the new coach. I like your game." Like, I hope so.
Yeah. Please keep me on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're kind of a leader on this team, and you've played with so many. I don't want you to name any current teammates because that would just open up a different can of worms. But do one or two former teammates stand out to you that was just so much fun to be around and to be able to play with?
Wow, yeah, I had a lot of good teammates. I mean, aside from last year, we had Mari.
Yeah.
Work ethic was great. She was very competitive. She's played professional now, so that's something to look up at. Red, and she also went.
Danielle Rainey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
She also went to play professional. She was also really fun. She she was a little older. She was the one that bringing us all together. Even during halftime, during the games, she was the one kind of like taking the lead before the coaches get in the locker room and say, "Okay, well, what are we doing good? What are we doing bad? Let's talk about it." That was like a very good teammate that I had the pleasure to play with.
Red is hilarious.
And she's really funny.
Yeah,
she's really funny. Yeah.
How did you get involved in basketball?
I started when I was little. When I was in elementary school, my first year, my friends asked me to go to this free practice. They had like a week of in my hometown, and I went with my friends playing first practice. I enjoyed it. I stuck with it. Yeah.
You said you played basketball, right?
I did.
Yeah. When did you quit?
So I actually learned how to walk with basketball. I would
kidding.
watch my brother play, and I would dribble the ball, and then oh yeah, you gotta use your feet too.
Yeah.
But I actually quit my right before high school because my team was bad. My junior high, middle school team, we were terrible, and so it just was not fun to play. But if I had to do it again, I wouldn't quit because it's actually a really fun game.
You just didn't have a great point guard like
No,
Alice setting everybody up. Yeah.
No,
that was
I
the
needed
missing piece.
somebody. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That would have been fun.
Yeah, and you played with the boys team, right? Up until middle school because you didn't have enough to play.
Yeah.
On the girls team, right?
Yes,
I played with boys. I actually thought about quitting at some point because my brother was in the team, and he is so much competitive that he did not like the fact that I was better than him.
I'm sure that made for some very interesting house conversations.
Yes.
Yeah. How much did that help you, just playing with the boys and being able to develop as a player?
It did. I mean, physicality, going through middle school and stuff, and also they're competitive and they don't want a girl to be better than them. So that helps a lot.
Yeah. I know this will happen more as the season goes on. Has anything started to sink in that this is the last time I'm going to be doing this? This is the last time I'm going to be playing against this team. Has any of that stuff started to sink in at all yet?
Yeah, it's sad. And I have my freshman AP Maya. She always brings it up to me. Like, oh, this is last time you're playing here.
Yeah.
This is hey Maya, please.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no,
then
sad,
I went there.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Wes. No, I mean it's sad, but I'm also excited for what's coming next. So.
Well, what is next for you? I know you probably want to play overseas.
Yeah, I would
if the opportunity's there.
Yeah, graduation first, and then hopefully playing overseas.
Still in chemistry?
I'm actually doing a master in exercise science right now.
Okay. This girl's the ASUN Scholar Athlete of the Year.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Getting it done. So, also playing basketball, you play tennis as well.
Mm-hmm.
So now do you still get involved in tennis? Or is it switched over to pickleball now?
It is. Yes. No, I played tennis in middle school. Then I had to choose between basketball and tennis, so the choice was pretty easy. But now, yes, I love pickleball. Mm-hmm. Coach Todd.
Todd loves it too.
Yes, Coach Todd loves pickleball, and he's really, really good.
Yeah.
But before the season started, he was always asking me to go play with his group. They're very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say, but they're a little old, but even though they're very good, they're very good. Yes, they play close to the net, so they just see it, and I'm far away, trying to run and get older. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's really fun.
Could you have gone to college if you stuck with tennis? Could you have gone to college on a scholarship? You think?
I don't really know. I played for 3 years in middle school, but it wasn't. It was fun, and I like tennis, but basketball is just a different type of excitement, you know. And I really like team sports. I feel like I'm a team player, and I don't know, individual sports are just more.
Right. Yes. Yeah, for sure. KJ, you got anything else for Alice?
I mean, how does it feel? Just this is your 5th year. You look back on your career, you see what you've done, what's to come. How does it feel knowing that you've accomplished so much?
I mean, I'm grateful for the time that I had here. I feel like I built up a family here. with all my past teammates, current teammates, the coaching staff. It's a very good community, and just in general, like the school and people outside of the team. I've been like, this is the best experience I had in my life. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I mean, and it's been the best years of my life. So it's been great. I don't regret any of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't let you go until you spin the wheel. So we
Okay,
got a
wheel?
spill. We
Right over
got a
there.
wheel that you have to spin.
Alright.
We're gonna bring it here closer. So you're gonna get 3 spins. There's a bunch of random stuff on here, and you got to answer everything that's on here. If you
Okay.
get karaoke, you have to sing.
Oh, I can't sing. That would be terrible.
All right.
Do I go?
Yep. Go
Yes.
ahead. We got Zach holding it. Your dream car.
Dream car.
It's pretty
Pretty easy.
Not too hard. Dream car. So money's no
I'm
object.
going with a Porsche Cayenne. That's a pretty good car.
Ooh, what color? What
Ooh,
color?
Wow.
A white.
White. Okay.
Ooh.
Little fancy.
So you're gonna have to keep it clean now. You able to
I
do
will.
that?
I will.
Yeah. Okay. So Porsche. Wow.
Okay.
All right. Let's go
I
for
go
it.
again?
All right. Go. Get
All
3
right.
spins.
Strangest,
Strangest job you've
ever
had.
That's a really tough question because I never had a job.
Never.
Oh, okay.
So we can't answer that. So let's
I
go.
can't
Let's
answer that.
best dancer on the team.
Okay, well that's definitely not me. I'm
So
going.
when-
I'm going with Rafi.
Rafi. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're doing the Nintendo Switch Mario Kart, she's over there dancing, and she's got first place.
She never gets first place.
So we know Rafi's the best dancer on the team.
Okay.
All right, last one.
All right.
Oh, so close to karaoke. Favorite
Yeah.
ice
No,
cream
I
flavor?
like this one because I love ice cream.
Uh-huh.
I love ice cream. Makes me so happy. If I'm sad,
Who
I'm going to
doesn't?
get
Who
ice cream.
doesn't, though?
Yes. Probably Oreo, or actually, I like from Baskin Robbins. I like the cold brew Oreo.
Okay, I've never had
flavor.
that.
Yeah, I've
So
never even
good.
heard of that.
So good.
So Alice goes to Baskin Robbins and gets ice cream on game days.
Okay.
That's- yeah.
Not on
Cold
game.
brew.
After a win.
After I
After a win.
Yes,
after a win. Well, hopefully they're going to Baskin Robbins twice this week.
I hope so.
Yeah. All right. Alice, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
That's our guest today, Alice Recanati, and want to thank our entire team for putting this together as well. Co-host Kennedy Drafton making her debut as well. You did fantastic.
Thanks.
You did fantastic, and it's great to have you as well. My name is Wes Chandler for Alice Recanati. Until next time, you've been kicking it with the Colonels.